Hi. I don't have any lights on, and it's rainy and it's gloomy. It's chilly. Uh, what day is it? It's Saturday, the 4th of May, and I've been away for a few days, away from here, not away from here. Welcome to the Wayward Widow. That's me. I'm the widow, or the one left behind. My partner died 9 weeks and 4 days ago, 9 weeks and 4 days ago. And I'm not faring so well. Well, I'll just put it like that. I'm not faring well at all. Not at all. Not in the tiniest bit. I'm not doing well. I just took 2 ibuprofen, which is never going to be enough. Let's do one more. I have generic. Let's do one more. Let's do 600 milligrams. The struggle's real. I don't do widowhood well. It's not pretty. I have a boatload of water and I have my coffee. I can't swallow well. My anxiety, my nervousness is through the roof, and I feel like I've completely lost my mind. That's what I feel like. I feel like I've completely lost my mind. I have been falling asleep around 8 p.m. and waking up at midnight and then being up all night. I know everybody handles grief and loss in a different way. We all have our own way. There's no cookie cutter way to get through a significant loss, no matter what your loss is. And so for me, I was up at 3 o'clock this morning. I was making tea in my cat cup, and I spent a half an hour sitting on the floor at 3 o'clock this morning with my tea, sitting with my dead partner's ashes, crying my eyes out, which did no good. So now I'm sitting here with chest pain, and it's like, you can't describe what this feels like to anybody unless they've gone through it. If somebody else has gone through it, or you're going through it, you know what I'm talking about. So, I made a coffee in my dragon cup. If you're new here, hi, my name is Poet. I live in Pennsylvania, and my partner Sky died of a disease called multiple system atrophy on February 27th. He had the disease for about 5 years, with 21, 22, 3+ years of it being active, the disease being active, and then the last 6 months of his life with it being very aggressive. It's a disease that falls under the Parkinson umbrella, and your systems atrophy and shut down, and your bones basically turn to like stone or cement. And yeah, so the last 5 days of his life, I had hospice in. The doctor said we need to get hospice in, so we got hospice in. And watching him die was the most painful thing I ever went through. I don't know what he was feeling probably not much because he was pretty much full of morphine and Ativan. But I know that as he died, I died. And that's what I recognize that I'm living through right now, is I'm living through my own death, through his death. My heart broke itself. My heart, it just broke. It's all busted up in me. And it's showing no signs of wanting to heal at all. I am missing him, the person, the voice, the body, the person, the relationship. I'm missing the future that we had talked about, with the plans that we had. I'm missing the companionship. I'm missing the financial stability. I'm missing the company, the meals, the hugs, the kisses, good morning, the kisses, good night, all that, you know, and the realization that he's never coming back. So, I read a lot about loss, and I read and I watch a lot of grief videos just to see, because I want to see how other people are handling or not handling this. It's like the chopping off of half your body. It's like somebody just comes up and just whacks off half your body and says, there you go, have at life. And it's crazy. So I'm alone here in a 2-bedroom apartment, which was our home. And I'm hooked in now to another year's lease. And I'm borrowing money to pay the rent, and so on and so forth. But anyway, it's hard. This loss thing is hard. And we were together 13 and a half years, so I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. For the folks that have been together 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what you go through. I cannot imagine. I know the depth of my pain. I know the fear, the uncertainty, the loss of total control of my life. The thinking of what next? Is this how it's always going to be? Is it always going to be this quiet? Like, I don't know how to act, how to be. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know nothing. I'm a nothing at this point. I'm just thinking, like, is there anything significant? Not really. I've had therapy, which I'm not even sure if I've had therapy since I did a last video. I don't know. I probably didn't. I did laundry. I take the trash out. I'm going to try the free trial of Hulu because I need to watch something on the television. I need to get distracted somehow. There's a free 1-month trial, and then it's $7.99. And I don't know how I'm going to do anything, but I know I have to do something. And I have, my bed is kind of, it's like I have my puzzle book. I was just working my puzzle book, and I have my glasses on my bed, and I have my earbuds, and I have my microphone, which I didn't hook up because I have you guys charging right now. And I have my pocketbook on my bed because I have to call, I have debt on a couple credit cards, so I want to see if I have any rewards. If you have credit card debt, call your credit card companies and ask if you have any rewards built up. Sometimes I might have like $15 in rewards that I can put towards a payment. So don't ever forget your rewards, depending on what your card is. I have Sky's iPad. I did his Duolingo. I've done that each morning. And we're in the month of May now, so it's a new badge every month. If you can get 50 quests, you get a badge. And it was a big thing for him to do it every day, get his daily streak, and get his badge. So I've kept his daily streak going, and I am 8 quests into his badge. Here's his picture. This is what he had put on his iPad. He was a Soto Zen Buddhist. And I'll show you his, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Here's his Duolingo right there. And that's how many days, 1,057. So he had like 990 days on here when he died. And this is our cat, Moonshadow. Moonshadow passed away a couple years ago. She had cancer. And I have her ashes cremated, her cremated, and Sky is cremated, and they're side by side. I got another turtle. How pretty is that? I got a turtle. And I got a turtle window cling thing, a little that you can see the light through. I put it on the window above where his ashes are. And all the turtles that were here in my room, I put out next to his stuff. Like I'm creating like a little turtle collection. I'm creating a turtle collection. And well, I have my journal, so I've been keeping up with my journal. Oh, that's something. If you're going through this or any kind of loss, whatever your loss is, keep paper and pen handy because you're going to be constantly writing down things. I have this little notebook that I'll jot down odd notes and then I'll transfer them over to the big journal. And so in my big journal is where all of I keep everything important. And as my pages get messy, I tear them out and I redo them. It's an OCD thing. But anyway, I did get a call from my health insurance. The caseworker, the case manager called and talked to me for like 40 minutes. She went over like all different health things with me. And she said that she was, she talked to the case worker to see if she knew of anything as far as housing. I'm on the Section 8 housing list, but I'm as of almost 2 weeks ago, I was number 170. So next week, Monday or Tuesday, I'll call again and see if I drop down any. It's more a curiosity thing at this point for me. They told me it would take about a year for my number to come up to get Section 8 housing. And anyway, so her and I talked a while, and because I did the health assessment where she went through like, have you ever been diagnosed with this? I get a $25 CVS gift card that they're mailing to me. I'll get that in like 2 weeks. And then I set up an appointment for this week for the visiting nurse to come in to do a checkup on me. And then I'm supposed to call up Aetna, let them know that I got that done. The healthy wellness visit. Sky did it 2 years ago, and he got a $50 gift certificate. So once I get it done this week, I call them and tell them I got it done, and then I'll get a $50 gift certificate from the list of whatever the stores are that they give me. So that's, if I pick CVS again, that would be $75 towards stuff like, ibuprofen or tissues or whatever. So that did happen. She was very nice. Her name is Savannah. And she had lost her parents, both of them, when she was very young. And she sounded young. She sounded like in her late 20s. And she said, I'm still not okay. And I think it's such a significant loss. I've been divorced, and that's one kind of, that's a certain thing to go through. This is something so different. And So I'm just trying to keep my feet on the ground at this point. Um, I don't have, I don't know what I'm doing. Um, the house is in order. You know, the trash is out, the laundry's caught up. Like, that stuff is okay. There's enough food in the fridge and in the freezer. I don't really care much about eating. I'm such a grazer right now that things like meals don't come into play. And that's okay. I'm hydrating so well. I'm sucking down the water. But I never feel well. I never sleep well. I have a moment here and there where I'm like, you know, hey, I'm okay right at this moment. And it's such a peaceful feeling when that happens. Sometimes it's when I'm fixing my tea. Yaz, I read your card every morning. My friend Yaz from the channel. I have a couple of really sweet people that can contact me personally. I haven't been great with contact lately because I'm just not here. I'm not with it. But my friend Yaz, she sent me this set of cards, and you read one each morning, and it's an inspirational thing. And so I've been doing that every morning faithfully. I put my bracelet on, and I read my Yaz card, and another friend sent me a lantern, and you turn it on, and it has a little bulb inside, and it lights up, and so I put that on. There's just the things, you know, some little things that give me routine. So, so that's it. There's nothing more. I started working on a podcast. I picked my picture. I picked my channel name, my podcast name, and now I don't like it, so I'll change it because it's not what I really want. I'm not sure what I'm doing at all, but I'll try to do one, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know. I don't know really what I'm doing at all. I'm so lost. And I did, but there is a local mental health alliance. I went there a few times for groups. One was for a women supporting women group. I did that for about a year, every other week for an hour and a half. There was about 7 of us that got together, and I did a loved ones of incarcerated individuals group, and I only went to 2 meetings, and then the group disbanded because it was a small group. There was 5 people, and one of them was the moderator, you know, and the other 4 people, one of them was me, and two of them were husband and wife, and they were in their 80s, and they had a great grandson who had a heroin dependency, and so they would come to the group for support, but they were getting, it wasn't safe for them to drive, especially in the wintertime when it was dark at night. So anyway, the group disbanded. There just wasn't enough members to keep it going. So I know where the building is. I know exactly how to get there, and it's not bad. And they have a grief group. Now, when it's showing up online, it's showing up from 2023. So I don't know if it's still going on. If it is, the next meeting would be May 13th at 6:30 in the evening. I don't typically drive in the evening, but it's summertime and it's still light out at 8 o'clock when the group would get out. I'm going to call them on Monday and just see if the group is still going and get a little info on how big the group is. Because I have anxiety disorder, it is hard for me to get started on something. But if the group is still going and I know where the building is and I know the building, which is a big thing for me. And if the group is still going, because people always lose someone, so I'm sure people come and go. It's something that I would like to give a chance because I know this particular area in the building. And so my comfort level would be a little bit higher there. And I really need to meet other people who are actively in grief, who get it, like that I'm right in the room with. So I'm going to give that a try. And so I'm here, but I'm not here, if that makes sense. So if I'm not reaching out to anyone or anything, please don't take any offense. I'm just not doing well. The longer this goes on, the harder it gets for me, the more I fall apart. I'm not feeling well physically at all. And I have a doctor appointment with my PCP on the 14th. And I see my psychiatrist through telehealth on the 16th. This visiting nurse comes this week. I have phone grief therapy this coming in week also. So there's and I have therapy, regular therapy. So there's a lot of medical over the next 2 weeks. And it's good because it's needed right now. I'm teetering on the edge of not doing well. And I know it, and it's very quiet here. I'm alone. I'm completely alone. Other than seeing my old friend once in a blue moon, it's just pretty much me. I talk to my son pretty much every day, but that is not necessarily a comfort. Sometimes talking to my son can be very upsetting. Very upsetting. So I have to pick my battles. And so I listened to Kelly DeMarco. I've mentioned Kelly DeMarco many times. Kelly DeMarco, her husband Tim died from a rare form of multiple myeloma around the time that Sky died. And she does a video every so often. She does a cancer journey. And she was just talking about jealousy and joy. And she was talking about when her husband was sick, how she felt about not getting to do things that everybody else was doing, other people were doing, that didn't have a mate that was ill. And this was before they knew what was going on with him, but it was just kind of like an ongoing, something's wrong, but there's no answer kind of thing. And there was a frustration. So I get that, because we had that here where no answers. The doctors were like, it's long haulers, because he had COVID. And there was never we don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know if it's going to get worse. We don't know if it's going to get better. All this, we don't know. And so there was a frustration on my part from time to time of, we can't do anything, because he couldn't walk. He couldn't get up and down the steps. This poor man, what he was going through, and then what I was going through, so she was talking about that. She was very raw with her emotions, very honest. And it's really hard to say that out loud, that was really a tough part of it. Your life becomes this bubble of caretaker, of watching somebody you really care about die. And then when they finally got the diagnosis, some of these diagnoses take so damn long. You would think with modern medicine, we could get a diagnosis quicker, but it seems like everything takes years for a correct diagnosis. And when they finally got it, it was like a relief to know what was going on, but at the same time, oh, it's cancer. And she said, looking back, the joy part that she's feeling is that she got to be there with him as he went through that. Like she was there as a part of that. And that I understand. Not like, oh, I'm so happy that he has this. Not that at all. But the joyfulness of being a part of being the caregiver and experiencing that. And you'd have to listen to it to get the full gist of what she's saying, because I don't think I'm explaining it correctly at all. But she's very good at talking about grief. So if you're in that stage, if you've lost someone, check her out. Kelly Isabel DeMarco, DeMarco. She has 2 daughters. Her and Tim have 2 daughters. And she's worth listening to. A lot of the times she's walking along the woods. You don't see her. You just see her. She's just walking along talking. In a lot of her videos, she's just thinking things through. And that's what I don't do enough of. I have myself very secluded right now. I go out once in a while. And yeah, I go out just once in a while. And I know that I need to get out and get this out of me. Like, flush it out, you know. Today and for this whole coming in week, we're supposed to get rain. And so it's going to be cooler. It's going to be gray. It's going to be not a great, I don't look at that as great, but I'll get through it. So I'm going to say goodbye for right now. Just know that I'm here as much as I can be here. And thank goodness these next 2 weeks, I have a lot of mental health stuff happening that I really need, because I'm really struggling with this. And I'm really falling apart, and I really don't want to. No. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with me, still being a support person. And like I said, I'm not ignoring anyone or anything. I'm just trying to figure out how to stay here on earth, how to be. And I'll be back tomorrow or the next couple days, or maybe if I can get this podcast thing going, I'll let you know that and what it's called and all that kind of thing. So you guys take care.